Welcome back to the JDW Sports Talk Show. In today's episode, we will be talking about whether or not I think that the Indianapolis colts are set at edge rush finally. These past few years they've really had struggles at edge rush. Finding a guy to really come in and make that difference. They've definitely had some decent veteran guys, some older guys come in, and some younger guys mid-age come in and make an impact. But we've never really been able to have that elite pass rusher that elite guy coming off the edge since Mathis and Freeney. We really haven't had that. We've really had really amazing interior pressure. We have an amazing interior D line, but the edge has been very underwhelming. This is a very young group right now, and I think that's the biggest downfall. That's the biggest thing that you could pinpoint in this edge rush group. It's very, very young, but it's a very young and talented group. You have the two guys you drafted in the first two rounds with your first two picks, and Kwitty Paye and Dayo Odeyingbo. You have Kwitty Paye. He kind of reminds me of a Jamal Sheard with much more pass rush upside. He's going to come in and he's going to be an instant impact and continue to make that run stopping defense even better. I'm actually happy with this because, he's going to help with that run-stopping defense when, Anthony Walker isn't with us no more. He was a really good run stopper, so Kwitty Paye could definitely make up for that and help that coming off the edge. And then you have your guy in Dayo Odeyingbo who could be a really solid edge rusher coming in. A huge guy, huge frame, long arms. It's going to be really hard for offensive linemen to get their hands on him, but I'm really excited to see him come in because he's a freak and he could really make a difference on this defensive line. But, this kind of reminds me of the Julian Blackmon situation from last year. Julian Blackmon, he's hurt. He tears ACL in February. Couldn't participate in any draft activities. Not like there were really much last year anyways, but, and he was a first-round talent that dropped down to the third just because of that ACL tear. Similar situation to Dayo right now. He was considered, a first-round talent, maybe a late first-round talent, and I could see it because if you turn the tape, the dude's huge, and he really moves quick for his length, for his size. So he has that quickness. Really excited to see that from him. I forgot to mention about Kwitty Paye. He was one of the fastest conjurers of all time. He's really twitchy and he could be really unpredictable to the point where a good unpredictable, and he knows how get through run blockers, pass blockers. He definitely doesn't need to learn what pass blockers a little bit, but now we're gonna go back to Dayo. Dayo's gonna be a good pass rusher, but the only thing is that if someone gets hurt, if like Kamoko gets hurt or if Kwitty gets hurt. The difference is, he's not going to be able to step in like Blackmon did last year. Dale's not going to be able to step in, because he did tear his Achilles in late January, I think it was. So, yeah, he definitely has some time until, he can play again. He definitely needs some time. And he probably won't be ready until, mid-October, late October, early November, mid-November. Heck, you never know. Achilles are really tough injuries to come back from. But I'm confident with with the medical advancements and their knowledge of all these things now and the technology. I think they can make the recovery much easier. Maybe more bearable, maybe faster. So I'm excited to see him get back on the field and be a monster for the Colts. And then you have your other guys and Kamoko Ture. Many people are gonna think of him as that guy who jumped off sides in that Buffalo game on a big third down. But at the end of the day, you gotta remember he's a young player and he's gonna make mistakes. It was just unfortunate that he made a mistake at the wrong time. And a report came out saying that he was injured all last season and he never really made a full 100% recovery. So he never really was playing at 100%. So I'm excited to see him come back and maybe make a difference. Maybe he does, and maybe we don't need Dayo right away. But Dayo could also play all over. He's very versatile. Yeah, but and then you go to your other guys and Ben Managu, Tyquan Lewis. Two guys that really haven't shown much. Tyquan Lewis has showed flashes here and there. He's very versatile as well. Ben Managu, haven't really seen much from him at all. He's not really working hard from practice, is what I hear from a few other Colts fans, a few other Colts podcasters, a few reporters. He's just not working hard, so he's not getting that playing time in the game. And the way this Colts team works, if you don't work hard to play in the games, then you're not going to play in the games. If you don't work hard in practice, you're not going to get a lot of playing time and downs in the game itself. So that's a big problem with Ben. But I'm really excited for this head coach group. Like last offseason, Chris Ballard knew that the interior defensive line was terrible. And he went out and he addressed it. And, this season, he kind of, addressed the edge like this. He invested a lot into it. And he also did the same with the depth of the offensive line. He got better with that too. So, Chris Ballard has been an amazing GM, obviously. Drafting all these amazing players, getting all these steals, these late round guys to really come in and, not just be a backup, to really come in and make an impact as a starter, which is huge. When you find those guys on like in late rounds, it's huge. It's awesome because it didn't cost like a first round pick, obviously, like a higher pick. It's an awesome pick, it's an awesome value, and ultimately he's going to help your team win a championship. So I'm really excited to see what this Colts team has in mind for this next year. I'm excited to see Dayo get on the field. I'm excited to see Kwitty to get on the field, of course. I'm excited to see maybe Kimoko Torrey be at 100%. Maybe Tyquan Lewis, maybe he works hard and starts to make a difference and be a really solid rotational guy. And then you have Kwitty Muhammad, who I almost forgot. He's a solid rotational guy who would come in and make a play here and there. And then you have your guy in Ben Banago, who just is not showing the effort to earn time to play. So that's been a problem for him. But yeah, that is it for this video, guys. And if you've enjoyed, thank you for watching. And if you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like, leave a subscribe, and turn on those post notifications. And I really appreciate you tuning in and watching this episode of the JDW Sports Talk Show, where everyone is welcome.